Have you ever had the weight of this world caving in on you so strong that you felt every bone in your body was going to break? Have you ever felt like you were drowning so hard that you suddenly forgot how to swim? The pressures and times that we go through in this life can make us feel that way. I felt that way. But who honestly hasn't? Life is full of unexpected twists and turns, and we have to continually trust and have faith in God that He will bring us out of those times. The text I want to bring to your attention today is found in Job, and we all know the story of Job. Most of us probably like the back of our hand. We've heard it so many times. But would it hurt to take one more look? We see Job's life. We see the suffering and the pain that he went through. We see his health taken away, his family, his children. Everything he had was taken away from him. Yet, at the same time, he continually remained steadfast. He continually trusted and had faith in God that this is my God and I will trust Him. I will follow Him. No matter the suffering, no matter the pain that we may have to go through in life, that I'm facing right now, I know that my God is with me. And I just want to drive that point to you today that Job didn't give up. He had plenty of chances and he could have given up anytime he wanted to, but he chose not to. And we see in the end, in chapter 42, that he was restored, that God restored him. Now, restoration doesn't happen the same for all of us. We go through different trials, we go through different sufferings, but restoration can come. But if it doesn't, does that mean that God is less because we weren't restored? No, He still remains sovereign because He is continually with us. He is guiding and directing every path of our lives. As we focus and remember Job, I want to get across to you today to simply not give up. It's a simple message. I know that probably some of you have continually heard this throughout your lifetime. But sometimes it takes the simple messages we need to be reminded of to get us through each and every day. And I just want to share a story with you, an experience of mine a couple years ago. I was probably around 18, teenager, and I was at a youth convention. And the preacher that was giving the sermon, he really was driving home the point, that God will never leave you. He is always with you. And he showed this clip at the end. And I just want to end with the short story of this clip. How it was a story about a football team. And, if you know anything about sports, I'm sure you know maybe what I'm fixing to tell you. I don't know anything about football, but the basis of the clip and the message he was trying to get across was that we continually have that support. We continually have direction from God. And the end of the sermon, he started showing the clip. He didn't give any explanation at the end. But he said, I just want you to watch this, and I really want you to pay attention, to the underlying message. And it was, they were at a practice, and they were having to do this workout where every player had to carry another player on their back on all fours and had to crawl to the finish line. He had to crawl to the very end with that guy on his back on all fours. And as the race started, one of the guys started, and most of them made it. But at the end, there was this one guy who started to give up. He said, I can't do this. He said, I cannot do this. It's too hard. And then all of a sudden, all you see is this guy and the guy on his back, and he's giving up, and he's in blood and sweat and tears, and he's like on all fours. He's on the ground. He's facing the ground. He's like, it hurts. I cannot do this. And then all of a sudden, the coach shows up in front of him on the ground. The coach himself gets on all fours and gets in his face and says, "You can do this. You can do this." And he's screaming in his face, "You can do this." He said, "I'm with you all the way. I will be with you all the way to the end." And he's continually screaming this into this guy's face until he gets up. He gets up and he continues to finish till the end. And my message to you today is just to remind you, in those times when you feel like, "I cannot do this anymore," I want to remind you that as I felt, the power of, God filled that place, and renewing filled that place to show us that God is always there. He is always leading. He is always directing. He is always there right in front of us, right beside us, telling us that we can do this, that we can make it. And I want you to be encouraged today. And remember that, if you don't remember anything else, that He is always with you, and together that we can make it to the end. Thank you.